If you live in Metro Atlanta, you usually get around in your car. And since everyone gets around in their car, Metro Atlanta's leadership doesn't prioritize public transit, cycling, or walking as forms of transportation. This makes most people in Metro Atlanta stuck to their cars if they want to get anywhere. This leads to car brain intersections like this. This intersection, this intersection for me is the bane of my existence. This one dang road has cost me hours of my life. Many see this road and think of it as any other intersection in Metro Atlanta. However, this road represents everything wrong with urban planning in Atlanta. As you can see, on all sides of the intersection, there are businesses, a pizza place, and a Chevron. This can slow down traffic by vehicles turning into businesses, and this can eventually become a large issue for congestion and even safety. Another problem with this intersection is width. Both roads have 5 lanes in total. This incentivizes even heavier car use, and pedestrians find it very unpleasant to walk past hundreds of cars going over the speed limit at 50 miles per hour on a tiny sidewalk. And really, who can blame them? I've heard many people complain about this though. These are the new apartments that have recently been constructed here and are being constructed all over Atlanta. Gone are the pleasant apartment blocks that used to give Atlanta character. Now you get Lego blocks. I've seen many other urban planners on YouTube talk about how it's better to have ugly density than no density. However, these apartments don't promote that well. These things are not well connected to public transit, which means nobody who lives here walks, bikes, or takes transit to work. This means the apartment developers have to use space in the apartment building to accommodate cars. You can't have density without walkability or transit. And as this intersection gets more and more jammed, most planners will probably decide to widen the road, giving more space to cars. Just imagine this for me. Imagine if London did not have the tube. Those images of calm, quiet London streets with large amounts of pedestrian traffic would be gone and replaced with millions of cars. Due to London's density, it would not have space for those cars and would have to bulldoze buildings to build more parking lots. Just like what Atlanta did in the 1950s and 60s to its downtown. And let's just say you want to rent one of these apartments. Let's just check the prices here in. Oh hell no! 1,600 a month for a studio? I can get a studio in LA for that much. Moving back to this intersection, this road does not promote any sort of walkability at all. When you attempt to cross the intersection as a pedestrian due to the right turn on red rule, you will still be under danger from cars, even if the walk signal is on. You also notice how all businesses are built to accommodate cars. For example, each store has a large parking lot, making it easy to drive your car there. The reason for these large parking lots has to do with the parking minimums, which require a certain amount of parking that each business has. This road did used to have 2 bus routes going down it. However, after the 2008 financial crisis, it got reduced to 1 route that comes every 40 minutes and gets stuck in traffic. And if Metro Atlanta continues to build more car lanes, people will continue to stay in their cars. And if we build more transit and bike infrastructure, more people would take their bike to work or take the bus to school. Just remember, if you build it, they will come. I do know, however, that most of this video was just a rant about how Atlanta bad. But I do think things are solvable. So I would recommend talking to your local representatives, telling them to install sidewalks to your local road, or even possibly reinstate the old bus line. But until next time, stay positive.